From Stanford University in Palo Alto, California, this is Democracy Now!
Secretary Clinton, I'd like to ask you, if I can, about Latin America.
Yes,
and the policy specifically that you were directly involved in, the coup in Honduras.
I think in retrospect, we managed a very difficult situation without bloodshed, without a civil war that led to a new election. And I think that was better for the Honduran people.
Hillary Clinton defends her handling of the 2009 coup in Honduras when asked by Democracy Now!'s Juan Gonzalez during the New York Daily News editorial board meeting with presidential candidates. We'll play their whole exchange and get response from historian Dana Frank. Then, as refugees from Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and other war-torn countries seek safety in Europe, what role should the United States play in helping them in countries the U.S. has bombed? We'll speak to Stanford professor Robert Cruz about America's Afghan refugee crisis. Then, John Kerry becomes the first U.S. Secretary of State to visit Hiroshima.
We came here and drew from the experience of touring in this museum how critical it is that we all apply the lessons of the past to the future and the present to create and pursue a world free from nuclear weapons.
We'll look at how the United States has been quietly upgrading its nuclear arsenal to create smaller, more precise nuclear bombs. It's part of a massive effort that will cost up to $1 trillion over 3 decades. We'll speak to Marilia Kelly, author of the new report, $1 Trillion Trainwreck. All that and more coming up. Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. In Washington, D.C., police have arrested about 85 more protesters taking part in the Democracy Spring actions against corporate lobbying and big money in politics. This comes after more than 400 people were arrested after a sit-in at the Capitol Monday. The corporate networks widely ignored Monday's arrests, according to a tally by The Intercept. CNN did not devote any coverage to the protests. MSNBC mentioned them for 12 seconds, and Fox News discussed them for 17 seconds. CNN later posted a short item online. To see our interview with Democracy Spring organizer Kai Newkirk, go to democracynow.org. Nearly 40,000 Verizon workers on the East Coast have walked off the job, marking one of the biggest U.S. strikes in years. The workers have been without a contract since August as the attempt by Verizon to cut pensions and ease the outsourcing of work. Pickets are expected at hundreds of Verizon sites from Massachusetts to Virginia. Verizon says it's trained thousands of non-union employees to fill in. North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory has issued an executive order regarding the state's new anti-LGBT law. The law bars transgender people from using the bathroom that corresponds to their gender identity and eliminates local ordinances against anti-LGBT discrimination. The law sparked wide protests. Bruce Springsteen canceled a concert in North Carolina, and PayPal and Deutsche Bank said they will scrap plans for expansions in the state. On Tuesday, McCrory said he would expand protections for LGBT state employees and seek legislation to restore the right to sue for discrimination.
You know, after listening to people's feedback during the past several weeks on this issue, I have come to the conclusion that there's a great deal of misinformation, misinterpretation, confusion, passion, and frankly, selective outrage and hypocrisy, especially against the great state of North Carolina. But based on this feedback, I am taking action to affirm the state's commitment to privacy and equality.
No camera, 2 headphones.
The ACLU of North Carolina called McCrory's order a poor effort to save face after his sweeping attacks on the LGBT community. President Obama meets with top aides at CIA headquarters today to discuss the U.S. campaign against ISIS. This comes as Pentagon officials tell the New York Times U.S. airstrikes have killed 25,000 ISIS fighters. Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal reports the CIA and its regional partners have drawn up a so-called Plan B for Syria to supply rebels opposed to Syrian President Bashar al-Assad with more powerful weapons if a 6-week truce collapses. Peace talks aimed at ending the 5-year Syrian conflict are set to resume in Geneva today. An Algerian-American man arrested in a controversial plot that drew accusations of entrapment has attempted suicide after detailing abuse behind bars. Ahmed Farhani pleaded guilty in 2012 to terrorism-related charges for discussing attacks on New York City synagogues with an undercover officer. But The Nation magazine reports the case against him was flimsy. Farhani had a history of mental illness, and days before his arrest, he told the officer he wanted to flip the guns they were going to buy for a profit. Farhani wrote to Attorney General Loretta Lynch detailing a litany of threats, denial of food and water, and targeted violence while behind bars, Great Meadow Correctional Facility in Attica. He wrote, quote, "If taking my own life is the only way to expose the evils that are practiced daily by corrections officers, then I will be glad to do it." Farhani is now in a medically induced coma after he attempted to hang himself at Attica last week. House Speaker Paul Ryan has ruled out accepting the Republican presidential nomination in the event of a contested convention in July. Rumors have centered on Ryan as a possible alternative if neither Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, or John Kasich crosses the threshold of 1,237 delegates. But Ryan said he is not interested.
If no candidate has a majority on the first ballot, I believe that you should only choose from a person who has actually participated in the primary. Count me out. I simply believe that if you want to be the nominee for our party, to be the president, you should actually run for it. I chose not to do this. Therefore, I should not be considered, period. End of story.
New results from Colorado show Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders won one more delegate than initially reported. The Denver Post reports the Colorado Democratic Party admitted this week it misreported the March 1st caucus results from 10 precinct locations. While Hillary Clinton's campaign discussed the error with state party officials last week, the Sanders campaign apparently did not find out until Monday when they were informed by the Denver Post. Clinton had been projected to win the majority of Colorado's 78 delegates because of her support from unelected superdelegates. But the corrected tally means the worst Sanders could do is a tie. If he wins one superdelegate, he could win the Colorado delegation. This comes as Sanders and Clinton prepare to face off at a debate in Brooklyn on Thursday. Georgia has executed an African-American man despite reports of possible racial bias in the case. Kenneth Fultz pleaded guilty in 1997 to killing his 19-year-old neighbor, Kathy Bounds. His lawyer sought clemency for Fultz, saying he had an intellectual disability. Attorneys said his trial lawyer failed to tell jurors about this disability and slept through parts of the sentencing. One of the jurors who voted for Fultz's execution later used a racial slur to describe him. The juror told an investigator, quote, "Once he pled guilty, I knew I would vote for the death penalty because that's what that N-word deserved." Fultz's clemency petition was rejected, and he died by lethal injection at 7:37 p.m. on Tuesday. And the news channel Al Jazeera America has signed off for the last time. The U.S.-focused branch of the Qatar-based network launched in 2013 after Al Jazeera purchased Current TV from former Vice President Al Gore. About 700 people are losing their jobs. Anchors Rochelle Carey and Antonia Mora said goodbye Tuesday night.
From our first moments on the air, when Rochelle and I welcomed you on August 20th of 2013, we've tried to bring you the stories that other news organizations don't. And we hope we have lived up to our promise to be the voice of the voiceless and to speak truth to power.
To those of you who have supported us on air and online, we thank you for allowing us to tell your stories.
Good night and goodbye.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. With the New York primary less than a week away, the race for the Democratic nomination continues to heat up. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders will meet Thursday in Brooklyn for their first debate in over a month. We begin today's show looking at Hillary Clinton and Honduras. Earlier this week, the former Secretary of State publicly defended her role in the 2009 coup in Honduras when the military seized democratically elected President Manuel Zelaya in the middle of the night, deposed him, and sent him into exile. Since the coup, Honduras has become one of the most violent places in the world. Clinton was asked about Honduras during a meeting with the New York Daily News editorial board on Saturday. The question was posed by Democracy Now!'s Juan Gonzalez.
Secretary Clinton, I'd like to ask you if I can about Latin America.
Yes, Juan. Yes.
And the policy specifically that you were directly involved in, the coup in Honduras. As you know, in 2009, the military overthrew President Zelaya.
Right.
There was a period there where the OAS was trying to isolate that regime. But apparently some of the emails that have come out as a result of State Department releases show that some of your top aides were urging you to declare the military coup, cut off U.S. aid. You didn't do that. You ended up negotiating with Oscar Arias a deal for new elections. But the situation in Honduras has continued to deteriorate. There's been 400 people forces. All these children fleeing.
Universal Declaration of Human Rights states that we are entitled to a lawful, peaceful assembly.
So, okay, everybody's in tight, right? Okay. Yes. Make some safe there for the cops outside. Daddy! Always pray for your enemies. Right.
Sigo, it's gonna go on. She would let you show us something that's just protect us in that way.
Always.
They're on the wrong. They're on the wrong.
We're exerting our sovereignty.
You're paid to help the people. Stop hiding in your offices.
We are here protecting the great law of peace,
Shame!
which defends the people and the land and the
Yeah,
water.
they want shame.
They're protecting corporations.
Yes. Shame.
Well, it's all about the removal of the people off the land where the mineral is, where the water is. You know?
You work for status and non-status Native people in Canada. Do your job.
And another issue that we have, besides doing all the suicide and everything else, is the most highly incarcerated people on the land here, Carolina. They're removing them. Nowadays,
Hey, my mama.
it's the women that are incarcerated more than anything.
Hi, sir. How you
You're live to the world.
doing? Okay, that's okay. Thank you very
Just
much.
so you know, you're live on 4 continents.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Hello,
good morning.
Who's your leader?
3655?
Yeah, 3635.
3635, thank you, what's your name?
Sergeant
I
Goodwin.
want to communicate with,
Speak to us all.
okay,
And
there's,
officer 3777.
Marissa Howlett is going to speak to one person to communicate.
No. Community. No.
We're all listening.
Y'all listening?
She works in office to talk to all of us. One at a time, people.
First Nations?
Yes,
this is
sir.
the First Nations action.
Okay.
The political rights that we have in this office are
Yep.
here. So, you know, we do have every right to be here, to ask questions.
And you have no jurisdiction here. We would like to have an Aboriginal liaison.
And from now on, address the First Nations people that are in this office, if you want to talk to. Be their supporters.
What do you want us to call you? Like your supporters?
My name is Gary.
Gary, you're talking. Can I talk to you with Marcette for 2 seconds so you can explain that to her that she has to come out? Would you want to do that with me?
Under our law, Guyana Goa, which is the true law of this land, all things have to have a 100% consensus decision. There is no one-on-one talking. Okay, everyone here on our side of Guyana Goa has a voice and a vote.
And she understands that. I think
If she understands that, then she won't be talking to us one-on-one. We don't mean her no harm.
No, okay, I just want to make sure everybody's in peace. Everybody's in peace. I will, how long? Okay, I just one at a time, please, because I can't hear everybody when they're yelling. If one person could tell me how long would you have her here to talk to you, if she's willing to come?
It's not how long. It's the subject that we're going to talk about.
A conversation just develops naturally.
Yeah, but it's hard to have a conversation and just on the spot, so you have to give her time to plan and organize.
They already had a meeting, the MPs,
Emergency meeting. She's assured me that she's working on it.
And the receptionist here knows, already told her that we want.
Let me, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to go pass it on to her and see what she says, okay? I can't make decisions for her.
Yeah, we want to talk to an Aboriginal liaison on our land.
No problem.
Is she First Nation?
Yes, she's First Nation. She's First Nation.
Liaison worker here as soon as possible.
Are you?
I don't know. I never checked my history.
You would know. Everybody else knows.
Everybody else has. But let me go talk to her and see what we can do, okay, guys? Oh, thank you very much. Okay, here's a few minutes and we'll go.
Yes, I got it.
They had an emergency meeting last night. Run! Not a new You're not going anywhere.
And what's your name?
My name is Sergeant Granberg, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. What's your name, sir?
I'm Dee Shanger.
Dee Shanger.
And you're live to the world.
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, does Toronto Police have jurisdiction on a First Nations issue? I thought it was just federal.
Well, we're here just for maintaining the peace here and make sure everybody's safe and everybody's okay. That's what we're here for. And we're trying to help you guys out to make sure it stays peaceful, and that's what we want to do. Okay? So just give us a few minutes.
We're here to work collaboratively. I think you have to appreciate that, right? So the thing is that the reason that we were called today was in order to maintain the peace. And you have explained to us that you are here peacefully. So we do appreciate that, and we will try to work as collaboratively as possible with regards to these huge issues that are facing this country and obviously facing you. That's our purpose here today. So we too come in peace.
We'll see.
No, just hang on. Just take it easy when you're doing the whole thing, right? Covering all the stuff. We're here to push back, you know? We're here to negotiate. Okay?
Yeah. I just have one question. What's jurisdiction?
No, it's good now.
That's all. I'm ready.
There's a lot of resistance. In other places, they come up
Thank you for being on the live chat there, Rise, and thank you for restreaming us. Thank you for Gone Channels for restreaming us, Global Red, MSN, Check. Thank you everyone for restreaming us. Here to keep the peace. We're occupying the Indian and Northern Affairs Canada office in Toronto at St. Clair and Yonge. We're in solidarity with Black Lives Matter Toronto.
25 St. Clair. Just to let you know that there's First Nations and other allies that are right now.
Who's got the tape?
That there's a lot of First Nations. Huh?
Who's got the tape? Who has the tape?
Tape's over there, Gary.
Indian Affairs Canada. I know.
So I just called Carol Bennett.
Tape.
Said for us to have this
New receptionist?
New receptionist on the.
Rise says it's great. Rise is on.
Nice.
Look, Rise. The bean. Gary went in. Oh, holy moly! It's a spirit ghost.
I don't come back and
Stay inside.
Alex is gonna come with you.
Sue, I'm coming with you.
Alex is
I'll
going
go. Stay in
More than one of us. Yeah. Watch me do it. Watch me do it.
We can show the native crowd.
We've been here 45 minutes now.
Have we?
Yes.
Nice.
I went live just before, just before the elevator opened. So tweet, Facebook this out, folks.
Okay. Maybe we should have cleared it up. I didn't want to put this up a little bit.
Put it up high, Gary. Yes. Right there.
No. Let's go for it.
Now it feels like home.
Now it feels like First Nations.
You guys did a great job on that Attawapiskat flag. Yes,
None of us signed his.
What's my wife's song?
Mom, can you do me a favor?
They're just deciding what to do.
How many police cars out there, Ron?
6.
6 cruisers. We're on the 8th floor, 25 St. Clair East, Avenue East. 2 police are in here. Hello?
What's going on? They're just trying to make their own.
Are you security?
I think my wife texted him.
No, I didn't touch it about today.
I don't know. What's the name of the organization? Do you know?
I don't speak for the First Nations. You got to talk to them. Devine.
That was pretty cool how we all got in here, eh?
I thought we were going for it.
We own this place. Security guys didn't want everybody.
We're giving you the day off. We're giving you the day off.
Security is watching everybody walk
Muslim sisters, Black Lives Matter, Toronto, in solidarity.
Nice. All right, what do you want here?
They're the best.
Elder McLeod.
Hey.
Rise PDX?
Yes.
He's on.
Yes,
In Portland, Oregon.
I'm glad my people are finally stepping in to see that Indian Affairs starts doing their jobs. I don't like the new name they call themselves, INAC. We're not INAC. It was Indian Affairs and it'll always be Indian Affairs to me. But they, no matter what name they call themselves, they still won't represent our people in the right ways and give them what it takes in the land, you know, to make sure that mining companies and people, you know, forestry people don't destroy what we have last. So they come on the little bit of lands we have, and they pollute our waters with the electrical projects and everything, and minerals from the ground, and you know, and then they don't even account for all the people that are dying of cancer and other sicknesses in the water. It's so rude of our government, especially our government. I don't know what's wrong with Trudeau. You know, he's just like his old man. You know, I remember Trudeau back in 1975. He was pulling Indians. He was getting the RCMP to pull us off the land. You know,
More people are arriving.
It's just so, you know, they're rude. This lady should come out and talk to us. The one that runs this joint, man, should come out and talk to us and let us know what she's going to do for our Attawapiskat. They need that aid now, not tomorrow, today. You know, but they don't listen. That's wrong with these people. And Indian Affairs is not even Indian Affairs. I don't see one Indian running this thing, one native running this. You know, that's pretty sad. You know, like the government's controlling the Indians completely by hiring other people. You know, I don't like this. This is bullshit on the frickin' government, you know, not to help our people, you know. So we got to step in and help these people in Attawapiskat, because this is pretty sad when 11 people commit suicide.
One day.
And one day.
Attempted suicide.
Attempted. Yes, because they're not getting the help they need. They don't get the support they need. Indian Affairs ignores them. I don't care. They can call themselves INAC, but they're Indian Affairs to me. Since I was a little kid, they have always been Indian Affairs. Since I was thought of in this land. But my grandfathers, they come across and they protect the land. They don't take from the land. You know? Look at this. Look at all these people caring for us. This is what we need. Solidarity and the support. But it would be nice to see the big boss here to come out and talk to us and explain what's going on with this support.
Hi, Celine, sending love and support your way. I'm currently in Guelph, so I can't reach you in Toronto, but let me know if you need anything while you folks are occupying the Indian and Northern Affairs office. I will keep up with you via Facebook. Stay strong, sis.
Just tell her to
Who's
repost
this?
it any way she
Yeah,
can.
get the word
That's
out.
what I told everybody on my
And
Facebook.
try to send her friends from Toronto that are in Toronto here.
The live
As soon as
stream.
possible.
I'm going to, hold
Yeah.
I can give you the address.
1 second.
And who's that from?
Savannah, Black Lives, one of the Black Lives member family. Anyways, I shouldn't call out people's name right now anyway. So what is your live stream feed?
Ustream, the letter U, stream.
You know what, is it on your Facebook page?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just on your
Who's working the
Facebook.
lawyers?
Yeah.
Who's got the lawyers on call?
I'm calling Dalvin right now.
Okay.
First thing up.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, get all of them.
Should be the first post. Right there. That's it.
But these suicides are not just happening now. These suicides have been going on for decades. Last month, Manitoba put out
Great solidarity.
Of course. We're occupiers of this land, so we're just here to fulfill our own duty and solidarity.
Oh, yeah.
Any words to the world? The whole world's watching.
Yeah, people need to stay tuned to what's happening. It's, it doesn't take anyone extraordinary to see that something wrong, terribly wrong is happening. So yeah, we're standing in solidarity.
Black Lives Matter. Any words to the world?
Black and Indigenous solidarity. We're here to fight and protect for each other. We're a family, we're a community. What's happening in the reserves is absolutely atrocious. The fact that they're refusing to talk to the people is even more disgusting, and we're going to stay here until they come and speak to us, speak to our community, our family, speak to the Indigenous people of this land, speak to them, and we're here.
And I was live streaming a week ago Monday when we did the Black Lives Matter Toronto, from Toronto Police Headquarters to Queen's Park, where the Premier wanted to meet you guys behind the barricades and you said no.
No, we say no, and public accountability is what they should be giving us. They should be talking to everybody. The fact that he came here, the police officer came in here and asked for one person to go to the back of the doors to speak and have a private meeting, we don't engage in those colonial terms. Speak to the people. Everybody here has to be able to hold them accountable. So we're here and we're gonna be okay. Black and Indigenous solidarity.
Yeah.
They have a certain small percentage of money.
The Arawakan flag. Thank you. The official Arawakan, which is in Northern Ontario. They're coming out now.
These are coming out.
Guys, I spoke to Miss Howard, and she would love to meet with you guys, but unfortunately she's working on disasters going up on north, and she's missed the meeting already to speak with the chiefs who direct where they want the aid to go back and forth. So they're in charge, and she needs that time to work out the logistics, to supply and help the people. But so she's asking if maybe she can meet you guys at a later time. No way. Later today, maybe. Maybe later today.
What's her name?
Yeah.
And what's her position here?
She's the regional director here, so she is one of the people that are helping to coordinate resources down up there, because it's a long distance away.
This is typical of
We already know all that.
This is typical of what happens with First Nations people when we're trying to express our concerns and tragedies. They always put us on hold, and then they'll send people like this to tell us.
Okay.
But they themselves will not come and tell us themselves about the matter. They will not talk about it.
Okay.
This is the propaganda that goes with it. Take a picture, folks.
Okay. Thanks, Gary. She's really concerned, and she wants to meet a bunch of your leaders down the road.
To these communities, why would she come outside?
Because she's working right now on providing resources.
This is more important.
So, I just want to let you guys know that. And she understands all your concerns. Yes. Okay, one at a time. Yes, and that's what she's working on right now.
Coming out now.
But she's working with the chiefs.
Working on what? The people are here. The community is here. Everybody is here outside. Why would she come outside?
Okay, but she's
Why
working.
would
She's
she
on
come
the
outside? She can speak
phone.
for herself. That makes no sense.
Okay,
That
thank
makes
you,
no
guys.
sense. Let her speak. We should
Tell her to come speak for herself.
Stop fighting.
Hey!
I can hear everybody's yelling.
Minute.
I can't hear.
So if she had time to talk to you and tell you that, she has time to come out and tell us that herself.
We interrupted her, and she was rushing back to the phone. It was just a minor interruption on our behalf. We interrupted her because she's really working hard to try to resolve this issue.
There's not! In the middle of the night. There's no! She should be working around the clock. They had an emergency meeting of Parliament in Ottawa last night. They should be working around the clock.
My name is Carrie.
Carrie, I'm Gary. Nice meeting you. Okay, I'll go talk to her.
She worked all night on it. I don't think
what she can do.
so.
Would you guys
She was sleeping in her bed.
We hear that there are substantive efforts going on, not after the fact, social workers.
No.
We need to hear substantive measures are going to be put in place to resolve this issue.
Okay, I'll pass that on to her, Carrie, okay? Thank you very much, guys.
I'll go home.
And the native liaison worker.
They kicked
gotta be here.
What's your badge number?
Yeah, where's the native police liaison?
987,
Excuse me, I'm not trying to be rude with your cultures and that, but this may set off the fire alarms, by the way.
So,
ceremonial
the
right to
native
do that.
liaison worker that we got.
No, it doesn't. It's our cultural rights. And being on this territory, you should know that.
You know what?
We don't go
Back here, their main office are security, lobby, and building contacts, so you can tell that they have a lot of.
Ceremonies are not the fire. Hey, live stream. You hear that?
I know how they.
Yeah, you're on live stream. Excuse me, sir. Can I get your name, your badge number, sir?
Stern 987.
Stern 987 has just requested that we. Excuse me, everybody. Excuse me, everybody. He's requesting that we put the sage on because it's putting the fire alarm off.
It shouldn't even be on.
So, this guy's requesting, what did you say about the sage, sir? This is
I said
Inspector.
it could set off the fire alarms.
Yeah, he's very, very concerned. He's not concerned about the suicides up north with the young kids that have died. No, he's concerned about the fire alarm.
They don't smudge hair.
Wow.
We found that out last time.
There's suicides happening, sir. Kids have died over this matter. And you want us to worry about the fire alarm?
And the guy told me.
Excuse me, sir, can we go higher up? Who are you talking to?
Here, you can do
As
it.
your
You do it
commanding
live.
officer, we'd be able to speak on.
You can do it here.
You can phone 53 Division or the headquarters if you want to speak to somebody.
Okay, so we're dealing with 53 Division. Excuse me, sir, say that again. Who?
53.
Who is it? Excuse me, sir.
We're east of
Can you
Young.
repeat that?
We're east of Young.
Who do we talk to? Who's your commanding officer, sir? Who sent you down here? We have our political rights here. We have First Nations issues.
You know, we have a First Nations police liaison, so where you should get on the phone and call her to get down here.
Maybe she can come down and talk to us about the sage.
Yeah.
Maybe we won't do it no more.
Well,
Maybe
you better
we'll
get on the
light it
phone.
on the hallway away from the, so that we won't set off your precious fire alarm.
We're talking about children taking their lives because they have no
This
other
is suicide we're
option.
talking about.
No other option. What if this was your children or your
What if it was your
grandchildren?
kid dying? Would you be
Think
worried about a
about that
fire
for a
alarm?
minute and come back to us again, okay?
So,
We don't believe what you're saying. We don't believe what you're saying. They had an MP meeting in Ottawa. They should have been working on it all night. She doesn't need to be working on it now. They should have been working on it 3 years ago.
Watch.
They went the wrecking stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, watch. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get down.
I didn't say it. Really?
This is our office.
What's the name of the organization?
Ask your
Organization.
Ask your sisters.
Oh, excuse me?
Excuse me, say what?
Wow. Right now, I'm so upset. Get out of here right now.
What did you say?
You misogynist.
Excuse me.
Get out of here, misogynist.
What did you say?
What did he say?
Excuse me?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Okay.
Let me know.
You're not being helpful. You're not being helpful.
I'm a security officer.
It doesn't
Doesn't matter,
matter.
brother, just go.
It does not matter.
You send them, you send them.
Just go.
Just go.
Listen, buddy.
You're out loud.
Be documented.
Go, Mr. Hill.
I said they are loud. I'm not speaking to them. That's what I said.
Just go away.
Just
from her.
leave. Why are you supporting these people?
Listen,
Why are you supporting these
You're
people?
getting into Northern Affairs. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay? Don't worry. I don't care. Well, what nation are you? You Ojibwe?
I'm here.
Oh, why?
Brown
Why not? It's an Indian office.
Because you're agitating.
I'm a chief. At least I have Indian blood.
You're fighting for children and you're
I
agitating
said
people.
I'm not here because it's so loud. Those people
Okay.
didn't know.
There's children dying, they need to
We're
hear
here for children and they need to
stop fighting behind the
We're fighting for children who are dying.
I understand that.
Building. We're not part of the fight.
I'm not here.
Stop coming out here.
Security for the building.
Stand in solidarity with your brother.
Start trying the same system that keeps them colonized. The same system that keeps us all colonized.
You guys, stop. When you don't want to speak to someone and you want to ignore someone, turn your back. Turn your back. Turn your back.
Hey, Auntie, do you
Turn
have any
your
sage?
back, Gary. Turn your back.
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about a thing, man. It's happening
Remember
now.
why we're here for. We're not here for this. We're here for the children.
So you guys like children getting killed? Especially our own, especially representatives, Indian Affairs.
Who are they accountable to?
They're not accountable to nobody, these people. They fucking ignore our people. They should give us money to help those people. You know, help the children, not pay off some leader to ignore the children on these reses, these mining companies and everything. They rape our lands of all the minerals and everything, and then they pollute everything.
This guy's worried about the fire alarms.
Yeah.
About the suicides. So we're gonna lay the sage, we're gonna have a sage ceremony.
Look at how many cars are running
Okay,
in the
hang on,
city.
start forming into a circle here. We're gonna do a sage ceremony and a prayer. Say a prayer. Pray for this guy here that stands here today.
Yeah, I'm gonna pray for the
Remember
other
that?
guy too. The other guy too.
Pray for Officer Stern.
You're a person first before you're a cop.
Pray for his brother, the security officer. Excuse me, what was your name, sir? We'll pray for you. Thank you.
Oh, Chief McGuetch, so much more. Been the gay. Remember, Creator, we know why we took this place. Remember, Creator, that the great law of unification is what we need to work together and towards. We know that these people don't want to talk to us face to face, Creator. But we pray for these people that they'll make the right decisions and that action will be done, regardless of whether they're talking to the chiefs or not, that they will never ever come out and face us, Creator, because we know that we have you on our side. And we pray for these police officers, Creator, that they should understand that what is happening on our territories and on our lands, Creator, is not acceptable. They claim to be serve and protect, but if there was children in the city of Toronto, Creator, you know that those police people would be investigating, Creator, and helping those families get the resources that they need. So put on his heart those Indigenous children that are committing suicide on the reserves, Creator, the polluted water, the trees, the raping of the resources in the land, Creator. Put on their minds and their hearts of why we're doing what we're doing, so that they too can see, that you can open their eyes to see that we are not in the wrong in what we're doing here, Creator. We know that you have our side, you have our backs. We offer you to protect us and keep us in that unification. Don't let us yell at everybody. Don't let us jump to conclusions, Creator. We're civilized people. Oh, don't let us get caught up in that madness, Creator. We know that the great law is the only law here on the land. You set this straight as the oldest constitution on earth for direct democracy for all peoples. And put on the minds and the hearts, Creator, the Gushwenta, the Turo Wampum, the wampum that's supposed to deal with these affairs between our people and their people, Creator. Remember, we're supposed to be working side by side, not hijacking each other's boat or each other's canoe, Creator. Remember why that wampum belt is there, Creator, and help to give us the strength to keep calm and in our minds and in our spirits and in our speech. Don't let us get worked up. Don't let us curse these people, Creator, because it's so hard. They don't understand. They don't understand that.
And they never will.
They never will, Creator.
We need them to understand.
But we will make them understand, Creator, through the gentle ways that you have given our people and our ancestors thousands of years ago, that we can continue these ceremonies on our land uninterrupted, that the people who the smoke touches, Creator, that you will touch their minds and their hearts, Creator, to show that we are not the savages that we are portrayed out to be, but we are indeed Ogichida warriors in Ogichida way. We are clan mothers, we're faith keepers, we're bundle carriers, we're life givers, we're defenders of the land. Not once do we say that we're terrorists, Creator, that we defend our land and our Constitution according to your will, Creator. And to the way that you've put it before us, Creator, keep us in that unification, that we can directly communicate with gentleness. Remember that Gushwenta of peace, respect, and friendship, Creator. Put that on our hearts and our minds, that peace, that respect, and that friendship, Creator, and that we can work with the people ahead of us, that they'll understand. And Creator, put on Monica's heart, the Aboriginal liaison, that she should come down here, that we will only talk to our own people on our own territory, that they will come down and realize that we are doing the right thing.
Or sorry, Ricochet.
We need to work together, Creator. That Constitution that you've put before us, Guyana Goa, put it on our minds and our hearts. Let us live that.
Pray that the sage does not set off the fire alarm.
And we pray that the sage, our medicines, will protect the people in here, and it won't set off the alarm systems, Creator. Because our ceremonies for thousands of years have been banished by the so-called colonizer, and we're just reclaiming our religion and our culture, and it's going to get stronger and stronger with our young people. Oh, people like the Grand Chief Adewan Calfchild, protect him, protect his mind and his heart. These ceremonies.
But the young people have to live long enough to become adults in order to do that.
Oh, pray for our black sisters and our brothers that stand in solidarity with us, Creator, that you put this work together, that we can all work together, maintain that. Put Guyana Goa on their hearts and their minds, Creator, as they are on our territory, that we will protect and work with them, not against them, to show them that we have the solution to all problems on our territory, Creator, because you have our back. Without you, Creator, we're nothing. And without those teachings and those ceremonies, Creator, we're nothing. So thank you for allowing us to have these ceremonies and our traditions reinstated. And we will continue to protect those ceremonies, and we'll continue to practice them until the last blade of grass, till the last tree. You know that we have a responsibility to our territory, to our lands, and those children up there, Creator, their families, protect them, show them that this is not the way that we need to deal with this. This is what they want, Creator. They want us to kill ourselves, but we're going to go back to our ceremonies. We're going to bring back those sweat lodges. We're going to bring back those shaking tent ceremonies. We're going to bring back everything that was once taken from us, and we're going to restore it, and we're going to work together under the great law and under the Gushwenta. Protect ourselves, protect the people in this office. Let us work together. Don't let us get caught up in that anger. Don't let us get caught up in that judgment. Help us on our territory, Creator. You've had our backs for thousands of years. We ask for you to protect us just for this day, for this action, Creator. Everyone here, police, the workers, ourselves, the future generation, those chiefs. Oh, Chi Magwech Mishomas. Chi Magwech. Aho.
So I'll do the Thanksgiving address in the Oneida language. Sego, Sigoli, Dana Nits Kubanya Nugets, Wagit Kalawaga ni Wagin, Tanika Haka ni Wagoanjago, Karen Nugets. Kankwin Senate Skapwa Gayaje, Obayasina ni Wagasede, Onagaga, ni Wagawanjaden, Karen Gayaje. Karen Dishnakas, Makwa Indona, Mokahuay Quay, and Nagway Dam, and Tanika Haka Dam, and Onagaga Dam, and Nashi Dam, and Atamundo and Ginsbad. Ona, se wala hosios, Ginate, or Hundagarla Dekla, Neg on the Heraduxla. A Guego Onska, what we know, what the Gorla. The Sego, a Guego Scala, you want to me. The 20 you have to what they go. A Guego Onska, what we know, what the go. Daitin Halado, you can know Owenja, Tisego, you go to watch a Dadu, the 20 you have to what the go. A Guego Onska, what we know, what the go. Daitin Halado. Onega what's too hard. Da 20 and 2 pack and what to go. A Guego Oscar, what we know and what to go. Daitin Halado, Gunjok Suha, Gisego, you not be watching data. Da 20 and 2 pack and what to go. A Guego Oscar, what we know and what to go. Daitin Halado, only glass Suha, Gisego, you not be watching data. Da 20 and 2 pack and what to go. A Guego Oscar, what we know and what to go. Daitin Halado, Daitin Halado. Asa no take it down in Delhi, Sego, will not be watching data, da 20 do hack and what nago. A Guego Oscar, what we know and what nago, Daitin Halado. Onagwatnago, Gisego, Yonati Watchandedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jim Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado, or Yoko Owe, Gisego, Yonati Watchandedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jim Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado, Awahite, Gisego, Yonati Watchandedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jim Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado, Da New Dessa, Gisego, Yonati Watchandedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jim Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado. Golutat Suha, Gisego, Yonati Watchandedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado. Daitina Halado. Gudilia Suha, Gisego, Yeti Gatos, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Halado. Where was I? Daitina Halado. Ojidaha Suha, Gisego. You're not watching Yetit Gatos, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Haladu. Opala Suha, Gisego, you're not watching Dedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago, Daitina Haladu. Daitina Haladu, let us study on Desi, Gisego, you're not watching Dedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Daitina Dangwana Halado, Sungwai Jiha, Udahala. Gisego, you're not watching Dedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Daitina Haladu. Yukisuto Winida, Gisego, you're not watching Dedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Daitina Halado. Yojisto Polo, Gisego, you're not watching Dedu, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Daitina Halado. Gai, ni Wedigi, Hudi Watinyata, Gisego, Yugulale, Da Tony Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Dandwana Halado, Sugwai Diso, Gisego, Oliwagwego, Luanda, Da Tony and Duhak and Watnago. Agwego Oscar Jin Watwinuni and Watnago. Daitina Halado. Oh. Hang on. So that's one of the joke one. Then Tony only walk up 20. Then Haladusha, then got the open door. Then walk up Nuge, then Tony only walk up 20. Then Alfua walk away and did Uhari. Then Kanaladu, Agadadi. Da Tony and what we go. Danny To. So that is the words that come before all else, also known as Thanksgiving address in the Oneida or Oneida. In the Oneida language, and it recognizes all that is here on this beautiful Mother Earth, all of creation, and it begins with recognizing the peace that we all come with. We are all born in peace. Well, unfortunately, that's not necessarily so, but that initial birth, that relationship we have with each other, is our first relationship as human to human. And then we talk about how we carry that peace with us as we travel this world. Until we come into obstacles, and hopefully we can come across those obstacles in a good way. It also talks about the relationship we have with the Mother Earth itself, with the waters of Mother Earth, with the plants, the fish beings, the swimmers in that water system that we have. It talks about the waters, the plants that grow up from the waters that come into the tree beings on the land, the medicine plants, the food plants, blessing and thanking all those creatures of creation, the animals, the birds, the snakes, all creation. And recognizing that all these things continue to do the work that they were meant to do. Looking after their responsibilities of cleansing the waters, cleansing the air, cleansing the land. It also talks about how we thank and recognize the star beings, the winds, the thunder beings. Looking at the medicine, the sema, the tobacco, as being our first medicine. It also talks about the brother sun and grandmother moon, and thanking the star beings and our four celestial guides. And then finally it talks about Sungwai Disto, creator, and he who made us, that clay, the earth. And at the end it talks about the last paragraph that I said was saying that I said these words in my most humble way, in the language that I am learning, and that if I've forgotten anything, that we can all add to those words for things that I may have left out. Thinking of the children up north, all across this land with the suicides, thinking of those who are incarcerated in the jails. So all those things can be added too. So Yamagoa.
Thank you.
It brings us all together in one mind as well.
Thank you.
Oh, it looks like someone was coming.
We,
Why do they always get the, why they gotta always get the black people to do their work? They send the black person out because there's too many black people out here?
It's the rich that we were talking, not these guys.
You can stay out here, you can stay out here, miss, so you can learn about smudging. Because apparently it wasn't a term
Do you
for
want your
your
coat?
employment offer.
Yeah, we tried that question.
does she want her coat?
But look at this stained glass window to honor the residential.
I wonder how much that cost. That could have went to them. All that money could have went to them.
In a church.
Yeah, but why have a church?
Okay, what's
stained
the
glass
like outside?
To commemorate.
Anybody in touch with anybody?
Yes, I just.
We've been here an hour and 20 minutes. I started filming just before the elevator doors
What's it like
opened.
outside? I know we have 6 police cruisers, an officer standing here.
3. We have 3 in total here, 1 over there.
They said surround the Indians, right? You know, that's what it is. It's played out since contact, you know?
Holy.
Removing the
You
Indian.
guys are actually starting to tactics already? We're only
day
an hour.
Stop it.
Oh, Ron, what's happening?
One there, one there, one there.
Nice try, nice try.
Hey, Auntie, do you need a light?
You want to start on 6?
903.
Here, I got extra letters, keep it.
How long?
Listen, right now, I have West Coast and East Coast watching us right now.
Let's listen to Stu.
Say hello.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us. And we ain't leaving till we get them to come out and start talking.
An hour and 20 minutes in
An
this
hour
one.
and 20 minutes. And all they keep sending out is their token black guy. That's it. They're too afraid. There's way too much going on right now. They won't even come out themselves. Hi, East Coast. Hi, Will.
Iceland is watching. Portland, Oregon.
Hi, Chickadee. Hi, Chickadee. Much respect to you all, Willie. Bo, if you're watching this, hey, Bo, what's up? Long time no see. Miss you, bro. You need to be here with us, man. All you guys need to be here with us.
Freeman Sullivan from San Francisco's watching. Rise PDX from Portland, Oregon.
What?
Iceland. Pirate Party, yar.
Yar.
We need a press release.
Who else is watching?
I'm looking.
Let's come up with a press release.
Thanks for all your comments there, Rise, on the live chat. And Clark.
Love you guys. Miss you. Want you here with us. We need to raise this awareness. We need answers now. We ain't waiting till tomorrow. We ain't waiting for a week from now, a month from now. We want answers and the same resources that are allotted to all those white communities. To all those white communities in crisis, they send out a whole tactic team for them. But yet they only send out a few up to Ottawa Piscat with a whole bunch of police officers. What the hell is that gonna goddamn well accomplish? Sorry for cussing if I'm cussing too much, but I'm pissed off right now. Sorry.
Yes, Ojibwe.
Yar.
How do you say yar in Ojibwe?
I don't know.
Yar! How do you say yar in Icelandic?
So City TV is here, but they're not letting him in. Someone want to come down and talk?
Send him to the live stream.
Don't come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Why won't they let the media in? Why won't they let the media in?
Captain, no more yelling. No more. No more yelling.
Someone just went down to get them.
Hey. No more yelling.
May I?
No more yelling.
Officer, what's your name again, sorry?
Any yelling has to be done, I'll do it.
Stern.
Just kidding.
I just want to say something before, I think I'm going downstairs. If the fire department does come, if it sets it off, then they have to evacuate the building. So.
I don't know why someone can turn it off.
Maybe we should open the door or keep it open.
That would help dissipate it. No, we
Yeah.
have to always make barriers.
They can turn off the fire alarm.
We have to have
We
barriers.
could open it and still have people
This
there.
is how it's done.
No more going. No.
You can turn it off.
Come on, again. There's been a request to turn off the fire alarm in here? The sensors?
We can't turn those.
Hospitals do for ceremonies.
The concern is, you know, if they come here for the fire department, they're taking up to it, so the baby needed somewhere else. That is a concern.
Well, we did request to turn them off. It's just smudging.
It is a concern, right? It is a concern.
We're here peacefully.
Just think of the implications, the possible implications. Yeah.
Yeah, what about Attawapiskat?
No, I understand. I'm just saying.
Stay here, right?
Go to Daddy, no, don't.
What's up?
But be careful when the fire trucks are there.
Okay, here's another issue that we're gonna have. Hang on, slow down. Oops. Here's another issue that we're gonna
Wait, the baby.
Hey, well, Anthony's out there, and someone's out there.
Someone get that baby.
Don't worry about him.
Do you want to stand, maybe?
Can I help you?
Sure. I'm looking for Ida.
Oh, you're in it.
Not Ina. Ina was there? No?
Anna's busy right now.
She is?
Yeah. Apparently too busy to come out and talk to us.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
I bet you should have come right up to come see him. You know? But don't come up to see
Yeah,
him.
he's got a badge on his waist. I thought he was.
Can I get her on?
Ask him, talk to him.
Yeah.
East Coast, West
Hey,
Coast,
honey.
and watching.
East Coast, West Coast is watching.
Wow,
East
you're
Coast.
Even down in Hamilton, in London's watching. So listen, David, you have to write the address and the floor, and then he'll.
Do you want to tell me why you lying down?
Okay, I got it right
Do you want to tell me why you're lying down?
Why am I lying down?
Yeah.
Because we're taking a nap. We're tired. Activism is hard work.
St. Clair East, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me where we are and what you're doing right now?
We are on the 8th floor of INAC headquarters. I don't know exactly what office this is, but it's all headquarters. Sorry, INAC. And basically, we're here because we are supporting remote reserves like Attawapiskat. Cree Nations all around James Bay and upper Manitoba area. Basically to show solidarity that we need to stop suicides and suicide attempts and acknowledge what's going on and why these children, adults, are taking their lives. And there was
Do you have an apple? He might need an apple.
Here,
Sorry,
we'll,
yeah,
let's,
it's
yeah,
just
take
too
2
crazy
seconds.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yar.
8. I've tried nursing him and he's just too stimulating.
Give him an apple.
Somebody give him an apple. Where's the apple? Where's the kid package?
Yeah, I know, eh? I know, where's our apple?
Oh my gosh. Someone just rolled out the kid package.
Yeah, really.
Black Lives Matter, Toronto in solidarity with Attawapiskat. We're occupying the Indian and Northern Affairs Canada Toronto office, 25 St. Clair Avenue East, 8th floor. There's, last count a half hour ago, there were 6 police cruisers outside. Media is down there, but they won't let the media in. Any words of wisdom, sister?
Colonialism affects us all. And it never ended. Post-colonialism is a lie.
Here, Carrie's talking to CBC. CBC's on it now. Okay? We've reached CBC and City TV. So,
Do you want to?
Because these are systems that are working to indigenous people that are working to kill our children. We're both targeted by the state in similar ways. The ways in which there's mass incarceration in our communities, police violence, a lack of access to proper housing, proper healthcare, resources to keep us alive. These are things that affect both our communities. We're here standing in solidarity because we are occupying land. Indigenous families riding with us in Tent City. The only way that we can be free is with Black and Indigenous solidarity. It's the only way that it can happen. And that's why we're here. We're here because we believe in humanity. We believe in our lives to be free. We're here because we recognize the ways in which violence and trauma is intergenerationally followed for us to have no hope to the point where we want to kill ourselves. Children in reserves are trying to kill themselves because they have lost their entire hope. These systems are working to kill our humanity, are working to kill our children. And that's why we're here. We're here because we are here for justice. We're here for accountability. We're here for our lives. We're here for our children. We're here for our family. Black and Indigenous solidarity.
If any mainstream media like City TV is watching or CBC and they're mirroring the stream, please credit the stream on the stream. Any words to the world, CBC and City TV or Black Lives Matter?
We stand. We stand with our family. We stand with our Indigenous family.
How come anybody doesn't?
Yeah, anybody works here. And the thing of it is like, where are the Indian people? It's supposed to be kids
So,
in the Northern Affairs.
you know, we should make a caller for like pizza.
Slices at a time.
That's what they tried to do at 40 calls.
Chris and what's her name, just want to know how long we're going to be here. I'm saying as long as it takes. They're coming down.
Jackie J is on the live chat.
Hi, Jackie!
Sending love to all those at INAC. Office demanding action. Means thank you for those that don't know.
All right.
Okay, so I have a meeting at 1 o'clock.
Right here. On my computer.
We're demanding action from this office, the Toronto Regional Office of Indian and Northern Affairs Canada, INAC. Indian and Northern Affairs Canada.
Can someone fix this? I need to, actually, I think he's looking good.
No, wait. McLeod, you're coming with me. You have to go to City TV.
They're not letting the media in?
Put that down. Don't let too many people go.
Just like 2 of y'all.
Yeah. Gotta get this flag.
Carrie has already gone down.
There's already.
I know.
Gary, guys, Gary.
Gary, 2 flags.
We have live stream here, it's okay.
Hey, Gary!
So what's gonna happen? How long's her meetings gonna take? Right?
Yeah, her phone call.
It's been an hour and 35 minutes
No, that's okay.
since we've been here.
Our ceremonies, they always go as long as it takes, so we'll be here for as long as it takes.
Galen, I'm still here.
They got the Wi-Fi?
What's his name?
You gotta be, man. CTV just got here. My story.
Can't even be mad.
I know.
There's not right there in the corner if anyone.
Hello. Hi. So you're the maintenance here, and we got a call from the next door. They need somebody. Okay. I don't know. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Take care of that.
Thanks. This one. Oh, Only put it like that. Yeah. You just go and take it off.
We also need to hold INAC accountable. Because it's not just about 11 attempts one night or 20 attempts last month. We're talking about decades of people committing suicide and or attempting suicide. We're talking about 3 times higher rates for Indigenous people committing suicide than any other nationality, any other culture.
Yeah.
So INAC really needs to be accountable, and there needs to be more funding. There needs to be more hospitals, nursing staff that actually are equipped to deal with intergenerational trauma.
What's it called?
And reserve life. And they need to understand, you know, when they go to these remote areas, exactly what it is that these people face, rather than, you know, because you're dealing with so much more than just, you know, cuts and scrapes or lacerations. You're dealing with a whole 500 years of genocide that these people are having to deal with on a daily basis. So, you know, when we come to INAC, we're basically telling them that, you know, we need more money for community centers, for schooling, for these children, so that they have hope for the future, so that they actually can, you know, become educated and thrive, as opposed to just, you know, sitting in a dormant place, not doing anything. So what inspiration is there for them? And we're basically making sure that the people of Ottawa-Piscat and James Bay in general and northern Manitoba, that they know that people are hearing what's going on, and that they know that people are backing them. We have people from the East Coast to the West Coast, all the way in Europe, that are supporting us. So we have all across Canada and down south in the States. We have Black Lives Matter. People are listening and they are concerned, and so that's what we're here for today.
Daddy? What?
You want up one?
Darwin.
Up one?
He said he's like named dinner. Ask Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
Careful.
Oh, what's that?
Grand Chief wants your board.
Yeah, well, it's stuck in the wheel.
Here.
No, I'm asking if anybody like needs to go. Do you need to go? If anybody needs to go, like you should go. Like.
Yeah, no one should leave alone if they are gonna leave.
I'm just letting them play with your board, Nikki.
And we're gonna have a trip to the hospital.
He's being watched. Hey, listen. So there's a lady outside that I just met, and she wanted to know how she could support, and you know, I was thinking about the band office, and so she's gonna come with a bunch of coffee and tea.
What?
You heard me.
No, I didn't.
Would you like me to say that in Ojibwe?
Yeah,
Coffee and tea.
I forget the Ojibwe word for coffee. It's what again?
sure.
What was that? That's coffee.
That's coffee.
Holy.
Don't ask coffee with milk and sugar.
Ah, me special.
Yeah, triple.
But tea is negotiable.
Negotiable in Ojibwe. Adawapiskat.
Okay, yeah.
When someone asks me to talk, I can't. But it's not talk. It's not.
Behind Black Lives Matter. You know of it. Literally.
I've been making as an extra on
Executive offices. For those watching from Toronto, we're at 25 St. Clair Avenue East, 8th floor. You'll know the building. It's just east of Yonge. It has, well, last count an hour ago, there were 6 cop cars. Who knows how many? And there's CBC and City TV and CB24 out there.
So we're gonna get that independent media out first. We can beat them in the story before they just
We're live to the world on 4 continents.
maybe like headlines, you know.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Bethy is on the live chat.
Hey, Bethy.
Bethy.
Hi, Bethiel. Thank you for joining us. Solidarity across all of Turtle Island.
Clark Freeman Sullivan from San Francisco is watching. Rise PDX from Portland, Oregon.
Hey, Oregon.
Iceland.
Hey, San Francisco.
Iceland.
Woo, man. Adopted homeland. Europe. DC.
Show them where Adawapiskat is. Again.
Yes, that's right. This is a map of Ontario. We are here in Toronto. Adawapiskat is all the way, there's Hudson Bay up there, and James Bay, tip of James Bay. Moosonee is here. This is Adawapiskat, right there. Bottom of James Bay, a lot of other communities. De Beers has a humongous diamond mine where they make billions. It's called the Ring of Fire, where Adawapiskat is, right there. Huge diamond mine, which people are living in shanty shacks, and De Beers is making billions from their resources. And the government is just now, because on Saturday, here is Toronto over here. Adawapiskat is up there. James Bay, Hudson Bay is up there, Northern Ontario, Manitoba, Northwest Territories. And if you hadn't heard, there was Adawapiskat on Saturday declared state of emergency. They're having an epidemic of suicides, not just the young, but the elders. But on Saturday was a tipping point where 11 suicide attempts, and they were ill-equipped. And the whole world is watching Attawapiskat. If you remember, Chief Teresa Spence is Attawapiskat's chief. Back in 2012, she did a hunger strike in Ottawa for over 3 weeks. Yeah, that was in December 2012. She started that.
4 days.
How many?
Victoria Island and Ottawa.
34?
44.
44 days.
What's that? Nice.
So we're occupying the offices of INAC, Indian and Northern Affairs Canada, here in Toronto at 25 St. Clair Avenue East of Yonge, demanding further action be taken, and we've been here an hour and 45 minutes. I live streamed as soon as the elevator door opened, that one right there, and nothing has been done. We want to speak to the executive director, regional director as they're called here, and the regional director said that they would only meet with one of us, and we said no, we want them to come out here. In an hour and 45 minutes, the police have been here, what, 45 minutes or so?
Yeah, so what's happening, someone called me and I was watching the live stream and I forgot your name, and my wife was asking me, so please forgive me for being ignorant about your name. So just to let you know what we're doing here is we have decided to occupy the INAC office here at 25 St. Clair. Here's Monica, Kathy, the police liaisons here. So what's happening is that the 11 suicides that have happened in Attawapiskat have been...
Last Saturday.
On Saturday. Let her in.
Police liaison.
Yes, hi.
You're live to the world.
Oh, nice to see you. What are you doing? You're causing a ruckus already. Hey.
You know what it is, Monica. So,
First Nations police liaison.
So what we're doing here, you know why we're here, right? I don't have to explain this. Okay? But the thing of it is that she has agreed to only meet with one of us. Well, the lady who's the regional director here. What's her name? Anna. Why we took over is because we want direct action for INAC to deal with what's happening, not just in Attawapiskat, but within the Northern Reserves, not just with the suicides, but with the Ring of Fire, the resources. And they said that the funding is available till May. It's available till May, but we don't want to wait till May. We want not just a Band-Aid. We don't want just white people showing up on the reserve because they feel guilt and just not deal with the situation. We want a permanent solution so that our nations never have to declare state of emergencies. And she refuses to meet with us. She's trying to push us out to later on at a later date, and we're not willing to move. We want to meet with her as a group under the great law of peace that all have a voice, and we're not here to take anyone hostage. We're not here to hurt anybody. We're just here to make our demands met, and we want to meet with everybody here. Wants to meet with her at the same time. We don't want a one-on-one meeting with her. If she's willing to come and step out and chat with us, we're not going to act crazy or scream at her.
She said she's too busy answering phones to come up here.
So, and it was actually Kathy's request that you come down. So
as far as, so if she were to show up, what would you be asking? And obviously, I get the obvious question.
Like, we want direct action for the people of Attawapiskat. This is ridiculous. Even here in Toronto, if a kid commits suicide, they have all these resources right at their hand. These people are just sitting here meeting behind closed doors, talking about a solution when they should be going up there. Kathleen Wynn said that she's concerned about the people. Well, how come she isn't up there right now? Justin Trudeau said the same thing. Where is he? They're just sitting in their offices. This is blasphemy that our young people are doing this. And we want direct action. We don't want our young kids committing suicide. We want a permanent solution, not a Band-Aid, not just for them to throw money at our nation again.
So if this particular individual comes and talks to your group and yourself.
We want a promise that she's gonna, we want to know what she's gonna do. We want her to act on it today. We don't want her to wait till next week, and we don't want to meet with her at a later date. We want to deal with the issue right here, right now, so that we can all come to a peaceful solution.
Hello, and then if she doesn't want to meet today, then what's on the plans of staying?
I'm gonna call Adawaska right now.
Okay, but Monica wants to know, so if she
fails to come to talk,
what are we gonna do?
What happens then? Are you moving to INAC? Are you going to the park?
Yeah, we'll just stay here. We'll just stay here until that time. And we have been really respectful, except for the Grand Chief. You know, he's young, but we're trying to make sure that he doesn't wreck anything. Like I said, we're not trying to make him feel unsafe. So we told this guy here that we'll only talk to our own people. Right?
All right. All right, I'll be back.
Okay, Monica.
So tell the world.
Oh yeah. So anyway,
you were speaking to who? Monica is who?
I forget her last name, but that's not important.
She's the police liaison.
Yeah, she's the Aboriginal police liaison for Toronto. So what's happening? So again, so we want direct action for our people today, not tomorrow, not next week. We just already stated our demands to our liaison that if she is not willing to meet with us and work on the solution today, we're going to stay here as long as we can, and we're going to camp out here, and we are not leaving until a solution is made. We don't want outsiders just throwing a Band-Aid on the solution. We want a permanent solution for our young people. We don't want our young people just committing suicide. And it's not just that. We have other issues. There's poverty, there's unclean drinking water, theft of the resources. We want our nations to have some sort of say and start benefiting and start talking about how we can fix the problems rather than just a temporary solution. And the thing of it is that I just read in the paper that Kathleen Wynne and Justin Trudeau say that they're so concerned about the people of Adawaska. Well, how come they're not up there right now? So if they're so concerned, how come they're sending representatives? How come all these non-native people who claim that they're so concerned, how come they're not doing anything? They say that they're concerned about our people, but he's the Prime Minister of Canada. How come he don't fucking fly up to Adawaska right now and deal with the situation? He talked about a nation-to-nation alliance. How come he doesn't meet with the chief of Adawaska? How come Kathleen Wynne doesn't go up and meet with the chief of Adawaska?
Premier of Ontario.
Yeah, who was the Premier of Ontario? This is our land. We have our governor, we have our own clan systems, we have our faith keepers, our bundle carriers, we have our own constitution, and we never surrendered our land or our territories to anyone else. And we want action for our people, not just in Adawaska, but all nations that are on Turtle Island that are suffering from the same thing, whether it's poverty, whether it's unclean drinking water, suicide, rape, theft of the resources, theft of the land. We want action, and we want these people who claim to be our representatives, that the INAC people who claim to be our representatives, we want them to do something today. We don't want to wait till next week. We don't want the money to be released in May. We want the money to be released today. We need a permanent solution. And if it was up to me, I'd fucking fly up there right now. But you know, I got kids and I got a job here, so I can't just get up and pick up an Adawaska. But what I do want to say to the people is that what's happening with our people right now, 11 suicides in one night, and it's only the beginning of April. Last month, there was, I believe, 30 suicides up in these northern remote reserves. So they need help today, and they don't need the Red Crosses to show up, and they don't need white counselors to just show up, okay? we need our own people, we need traditional healers, we need our chiefs, and we know that the chief is in a very predicament right now because he is trying to also deal with. I was just told about half an hour ago how she was talking with the chiefs, and hopefully that a solution can come. But we want things to happen today. We don't want things to happen tomorrow. The people of Attawapiskat have been suffering for the last 5 years. In the last 5 years, they declared 4 state of emergencies, and the so-called citizens of Canada don't do anything. The government doesn't do anything. All they want to do is transparency, our money, and all this stuff. And that's not what we need. We need our representatives to understand that the people, that the positions that they're in, that they have a responsibility to act now, not later on, now. And that's why we're here. And INAC has been claiming that they've been our representatives since colonization. So we're holding them accountable for what they represent. And if they don't come through, we're going to stay here as long as it takes until the people get what they need. All right, go
on. We've been here an hour and 55 minutes. My name is D. Shanger, your live streamer. I'm going to quickly save and be down for 10 seconds. Let me save it before the 2-hour mark, and I'll be right back, okay? So you might have to refresh the page once I go